Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this video, we're going to be discussing the 1996 film Thinner, or also packaged as Stephen King's Thinner, because it's based on a Stephen King novel. This film it's a basic horror movie. It plays more like a movie of the week type thing than a theatrical movie. The movie is about this a fat lawyer who's about 300 pounds, who was really fat, like 300 pounds, and the makeup job for the movie, you should mention, is really top notch. And there's one particular day in the town they were in, there's a whole bunch of gypsies moving to the town, or just outside the town's limits. And there's one particular night, a gypsy and his, his daughter comes to town to buy some stuff at a local convenience store, and the daughter went out in between two parked cars into this, jaywalking basically, and she accidentally gets run over and killed by this fat lawyer. So the father was so upset, not only of course the loss of his daughter obviously, but also because of the fact that the lawyer was not going to receive any charges because it was an accident. They investigate the accident, and his judge was a friend of his, and so was the sheriff in town. So the gypsy thought it was a conspiracy against him because he was a gypsy, and his daughter was a gypsy, and they were racing against gypsies. Make a long story short. So what happens is that the gypsy confronted all three men individually in front of Chris and each one of them. And of course the lawyer, the fat lawyer, he goes, "Thinner," turns his face, goes, "Thinner," like that. And but the Chris one, he would lose all the weight and be as thin as skin and bones, really. And ironically, he was on this diet, the fat lawyer. So eventually he does lose weight. So, oh wow, great, the diet's working. And then he realized the other two people who were involved, the sheriff and the judge, were cursed. They didn't lose weight, but one of them turned into a lizard, and another one had like all these marks and spores over his face and stuff. And the two of them killed themselves because of the conditions of the curse that was put upon them. So then the lawyer realizes that he's been cursed too, and he was trying to convince the old gypsy to get rid of the curse. And at first he wouldn't do it because it's gypsy justice. And he didn't receive justice in court. They're going to be victims of gypsy justice. So the lawyer got one of his clients, who was like a model guy by Joe Montana, and he put a hit on this gypsy cat. And then he was able to convince the old gypsy guy to take off the curse. So what he did was he made this pie and took some blood from the lawyer's hands, stabbed right through his hand, put some blood in the pie. He said, okay, the only way you take off this pie, take off the curse, they should say, is to have somebody eat this pie. Eat your personal enemy to eat this pie by sundown or something. Then by midnight or by sunup, you have to have this person eat this pie. Otherwise, you're going to keep having the curse. The curse it's not going to get rid of the curse unless you make somebody eat this pie, and the curse will transfer to them, or to the first person you give this pie to. So what happens is he gives it to his wife because he suspected his wife to have an affair with with one of the local doctors. He gave her the pie, and she ate it. It was kind of a freak everybody out because what the pie was made of was the guy's blood. And of course, by the next morning she was dead. Right? She grew thin, and then of course the next morning he reads the lawyer reads in the paper that the old gypsy was killed by the other gypsies because he took off the curse. But he found out in the paper, and he felt so guilty that now the guy is not, the guy was killed. So he was going to eat the pie himself and have the curse put back on him. And and dies because he felt guilty that the old guy got killed. But before he was able to eat the pie, he realizes that his daughter, his young teenage daughter, ate the pie. So now, great, now she's going to die, which you didn't really see if the daughter died or not. You really didn't see that. Because she was out walking, because she realizes that, oh, maybe the daughter ate the pie, and then he saw her alive and well walking around. So, oh, he does eat the pie for breakfast. So he knew that she was eventually going to die. We really didn't see it in the movie, but it's implied that she's about to die because she ate the pie. And so the father wanted to eat the pie too, so he'll die because he felt guilty that now his daughter, he sacrificed his daughter to get even with his wife. And as he was about to eat a piece of it, the guy who the lawyer suspected of having an affair with his wife comes in and says, "Hey," and what's going on? He's getting like a lame excuse and stuff, and then the lawyer realizes that, hey, I was right, and my wife's having an affair with this guy. So he gave him the pie, and he says a little incantation to make the curse work on this guy. Because the thing that the lawyer realizes that, hey, the curse I don't think the curse is going to work on my daughter, it's going to work on this guy. Because they didn't say the incantation. And so he because he didn't see the incantation in relation to his daughter, I think that's why his daughter was alive. But he's going to say the incantation for the curse on the lawyer, so the lawyer will get thin and die, and that's how the lawyer closes the door, and that's how the movie ends. I thought it was a pretty good premise in terms of how the curse, how the guy was cursed, the lawyer was cursed, and how it's slowly losing weight. And but it was kind of lame that he used the curse, how he got rid of the curse and put the curse on his wife. I mean, I thought it was kind of like lame mass writing. But I thought that the suspense was there. Is that how will the guy get rid of the curse? You thought this was going to eventually lose weight and die, because the way the gypsy was saying, "Oh, I'm not going to get rid of the curse and stuff." Meanwhile, he never got rid of, he was pretty much forced to get rid of the curse. And then the gypsy was ended up killed himself, which he didn't. It happened like off screen, so you didn't see it. But I thought they kept the tension going, and Joe Montana tried to do the best he can to help, his lawyer, and to try to convince the gypsy to take off the curse. And for a long time, it was like so Joe Montana kept upping up the violence to convince the gypsy to take off the curse, and like I said earlier, he did do that. So I thought that was interesting an interesting bit. But like I said, I thought it was kind of like a lame, like wink, nod to the audience, was hey, I'm going to get even with this doctor too in the end. First, he got even with his wife. And he's wondering whether or not if it was right that his wife was having an affair, and then pretty much the stupid doctor convinced him that, hey, I was right in in this affair that was going on between my wife and this doctor. I was right. So I thought that was kind of funny. So now I was going to even with him. But like I said, you never knew what happened with the daughter. The daughter ended up dying because she ate the pie. You never. I don't think you really knew, but and like I said, never read any of the Stephen King books, except for the John Kennedy book that he wrote. But other than that, it's thrillers I haven't read because they're all pretty much the same. But it did kind of like the premise in Thinner. It did kind of like that premise. But I thought the movie was too short, it's like an hour and a half or something, and it's too short. But I felt that the tension was there. The special effects worked well, especially when he's trying to lose weight and stuff. But as a movie, I thought it was, okay. Like I said earlier, it's like something you would see like a movie of the week type thing when they used to have a movie of the week on television. So let me review of the movie Thinner. Please click on the video, please rate it. Please subscribe to my channel. Please forward this video on your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews on my YouTube channel at rallyc.com. So at wdy.com. Homepage of Rally Reviewer Chris Lee Moore, and please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.